How much are you spending a year on getting your hair done? And I mean getting your roots touched up or your gray covered up. I imagine it's probably thousands of dollars. Today, I'm going to walk you through step by step and show you exactly how easy it is to do your own hair. I'm going to show you the products that I use, and I will do a bit of a fast forward on the process, but I will go from beginning to end so you can see just how easy it is. I think we can all agree that any kind of service, the costs have gotten way out of hand, and also the expectation to tip. And here, I'm in Canada, my stylist ran her salon out of her basement. And when she started to ask for a tip through her payment machine, and the minimum tip was 20%, that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. I thought, okay, this is getting a bit ridiculous. Not to mention the time. We all have crazy busy schedules. Not all of us have time to sit in a salon for 2 or 3 hours every 5 to 6 weeks. Whenever there's a way for me to save money, I will do everything I can to do something myself, because all of us are experiencing the conditions of the current economy, and we're all trying to save money wherever we can. And that money saved there could be used for something else. So I'm going to walk you through the process, show you what I'm using, and I will fast forward at certain points. So let's get busy with starting the process. And I also wanted to add, I do plan to do another video where I'm going to talk about all of the things that I do to save money when it comes to beauty and skincare and healthcare and all that kind of stuff. Because so many things I do myself, and wherever I can, I like to cut corners on costs. Not necessarily on products, but on costs. So stay tuned for that video sometime in the future. So just make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss that, and hit the notification bell. I'm going to start by showing you all of the products that you need. So what I use, and I've been using this product for, well, the last 5 or 6 years that I've been doing my own hair. And it's the Clairol Nice and Easy. So this is the package. So this is the permanent coloring. And it's color number 11, which is ultra light blonde. I'm not exactly sure how I picked the color. I'm pretty sure I just matched it up as well as I could. But I also have here, I bought this kit off of Amazon, and it includes the 2 different application brushes, 2 clips. These are ear covers. I'm not sure that I'll use those. And then the little bowl to put the mix in. What you'll also need is a brush and a comb and a mirror, and I use 2 hair elastics. And I like to use the elastics around my wrists when I put the gloves on so the gloves don't slide. Now, this is my Snow White wet brush. I absolutely love these brushes. For people that have curly or wavy hair, this is a lifesaver. I highly recommend these brushes. And this is not sponsored. I absolutely love them. I recommend them to everyone. And I just have this long tooth kind of pick / comb, and then of course a mirror so that we can see what's going on in the back of my hair. So this is everything. I'm just going to open the box and show you what is inside. So this box, as I said, it is a permanent color, 1 application. It does come with the instructions, of course, and then this one is a 25-minute setting time. So we've got that, and we've got the activator here, plus we have a conditioning cream afterwards, and then we have the permanent colored cream, and then of course the gloves. I will say, if you have thick and curly hair, it's a really good idea to comb out your hair first, because I find that if I left my hair like this and didn't comb it, there wouldn't be enough product to cover the areas that I need to cover. So this is about a 5-week growth for my hair. And I have a bit of a combination of issues here. I've got obviously my roots, but I also have a lot of gray kind of coming in here along the sides. And this particular color, it does cover up pretty nicely. So I'm going to get to combing this mop, and then I will be right back. If you have big hair and you need to comb it out as well, Do not mix the products together until you are completely done, your hair is ready to go. And then what I usually do is I section it off into two parts here, just because it's so wild and crazy, and then easier to comb again when I need to. So I'll just section it off and put the clip in. That's going to stay. And then I work with one side at a time. So I am ready to go. I probably would just brush this out again because it's so wild and crazy. And then I'm going to mix the product together and get that ready. So let's get things ready. I'm going to put the conditioner aside because that will be used after we wash the hair. So that can go aside. And then I've got here the activator and the permanent color. So we're going to mix these together. And I usually always use the whole container. I mix the whole thing because it is one use product. If I can get this lid off. So I'm going to open that up and I'm going to put all of this permanent color in. So I just want to break the seal with the end of the lid. And then we're going to squeeze all of this in to the bottle. Every last bit. And then I put the lid back on, and I like to keep the garbage in the box. That way everything is contained. So I'll stick that in there. And then we're going to shake this for a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes. I would say, 25 seconds. And we've got our bowl. And then I'm just going to take the lid off and I'm going to dump it all in this little cup. So just put it all in there. And then put the lid back on and just maybe keep this upside down in case there's any remnants that you may still need to be able to use. Once it collects at the bottom, you can just pour it back in here. So we'll put that aside and let that collect. Put that over there. I use the gloves. I like to put the gloves on. And as I said, I use hair elastics to put around my wrists so that the gloves don't slide all over the place. So we put these on like this, and then I just take one of these and put it around my wrist. That way it doesn't slide all over the place. So we get these on, and then we're going to get started with the color. So these are good to go. And I have the two different applicator brushes here. I think I'll probably start with this one. To cover bigger areas along the top of my head. Now, one thing I do want to say is that when you are doing the application here, you only want to go to a certain point. You don't want to go too far down or blend it all in, because eventually what will happen is you'll have a full bleach look, which is kind of how my hair looks right now, but this is what happens when I comb it. It gets this kind of full-on bleach look. But with the natural curl, and once it's dry, it doesn't fully look like that. But so you do just want to go, I don't know what that is, half of an inch, an inch, probably an inch, depending on how much your regrowth is. This is me, I think it's maybe actually about 4.5 weeks. So let's get started. What I try to do is do it in sections. So technically 3 sections, the front side, the other side, and then the back. So I've done this one side, and then I'm just going to clip this so it stays out of the way. And I don't worry too much about, if there's going to be a little bit of excess that kind of goes over to this, side or what have you. It's fine as long as you're not doing the whole section with the bleach. So this is in position. I'm actually going to move this a tiny bit, and then I'm going to start. Now, when you're using the product on your hair, you don't need a whole lot. And it may very well be, if you don't have a lot of hair, that you have some left over, and that's fine. But you really only need a light amount, just enough to cover the brush here. So let's get started on the next side. When I do the back, it's a little bit more difficult because obviously I can't see what's going on back there. But I do very similar. I just go straight across and just make my way down, very similar to what I did at the sides. So let's get started on the back. I'm going to turn around and try and show you how I'm doing it at the back. What I like to do at the end is just to kind of go along all of the hairline here and then where my part would be. So not to worry, if you do have leftover, that's totally fine. You do not have to reapply your whole head. The one application should be perfectly fine. So I'm just going to go in now and go through all of the part and the hairline area where all those pesky little grays are. So let's see, I'm going to look over here. It's very difficult to see without my glasses because my glasses are bifocals. So I like to go along the entire hairline and then here into the sideburn area as well, and then up over the ears just to get all of the pesky little areas. So we'll go here. I wanted to show you how much I had left, just so you have a general idea. So there's a decent amount that's been left. I am going to just dump that. And then the gloves I'm going to reuse because you do want to put the gloves back on when you rinse out the color. So don't be alarmed if you have a lot left over. That's perfectly fine. Keep in mind that the application time and the setting time are completely different. Once you've done all of the application, that's when the setting time starts. And I want to correct myself because I didn't read the instructions fully. This one here for your roots is 20 minutes. If I was going to do my whole head, it's 25. So I've adjusted my timer, and after about 15 minutes, I'll take a look to see how things look. But the setting time is 20 minutes if you just want to touch up your roots. I'm going to get my gloves back on. And I'm going to check to see how things look here. I think I'm pretty much ready to go. I just have to find my elastics to put around my gloves, which I think I put in here. So let's check it out. I'm going to take the clips out. Let's see. Ooh, kind of stuck here. Put that there. Here. And then I like to just take a look at the roots here. This looks pretty good. And then same over here, you just kind of poke around. It looks pretty good. So I think we're good to go. I'm going to rinse this out. Now, when I rinse it out, the box does come with the conditioner, but I still like to do a shampoo as well because I find that with just the conditioner, it does leave a bit of a weird textured feeling. So do the shampoo first and then do the conditioner. So let me do that and I'll be back. Once you're a little more experienced with the setting time included, this could probably take you maybe an hour, maybe less. The first few times, expect it might take a little bit longer, but generally you can get this done in about an hour's time. How it looks. Now, I'm going to comb it out, and I'll probably blow dry it because I don't like to go to bed with my hair wet, and neither should you, actually. It's always best to fully dry your hair before going to bed. So let's comb this out. Now I've got my trusty wet brush, which will make this a lot easier. I really love this long toothed pick as well. I've had this for about 20 years. I'm not even sure where I got it from, but it works miracles as well as the wet brush. So let's get this all brushed. Actually, I'm going to use the comb. Now you can see that there's a tiny bit of maybe a copper undertone to it. It is wet, so it doesn't really show the true color, but it may look like that for the first couple of washes. I'm going to dry it too, so you'll see what it looks like when it's fully dry. But I think this is a very good match, and you can see here, it's very difficult with the hair being wet. A lot of the gray is covered up. You can see the roots underneath. Everything looks pretty good. I'm really happy with it. So let me dry it and then I'll be back. It's still a tiny bit damp underneath, but this is basically how it looks. I think it's an excellent match and saves so much money. Whenever you see your color on sale, stock up. I saw mine last week. It was on sale for $8.99 and it's regular $13.99. So I bought all of them. So I'm fully stocked, probably for the next year, but I think it's a great way to save money. It saves you a lot of time as well. And I mean, maybe it's not exactly perfect, but I mean, it'll do. I'm very happy with it. What do you think? If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to help whenever I can. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new videos. I'm going to try and share more videos of my day-to-day and what I do with my skincare, my hair care, health, nutrition, all that stuff. I'm 54. I've tried so many products, so many gimmicks, and I am happy to share with you what works and what doesn't work. So stick around, join the conversation below, and until next time, bye for now.